Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. So during my vacation last week, I discovered how much more I was getting out of my food by eating it slowly and not having to worry about the time. And I found that I got a lot more out of it, and I was able to eat a whole lot less of it. And it made me think about how am I going to rearrange my life when I get home. I had taken a vacation in Grants, New Mexico, and at first I was like, gee, there's no way I can budget this into my time. A lot of times, you see, part of the problem with doing gig work is that you have something that begins at, let's say I have a client I want to meet at 12 o'clock, right? Well, your clock really ticks all around the clock, right? Because by the time you wake up at 9 o'clock, you're already thinking about how am I going to be in a situation where I can get to the client at 12 o'clock and be ready to do whatever I need to do, right? So for example, you got a meeting at 12 o'clock, you can't be at your favorite restaurant at 11:30 or strung out or eat something that might disagree with your stomach at 11 o'clock, right? I'm just giving some extreme examples, but you can probably make up a few other examples, right? You can't be in an unusual frame of mind, right? So for example, I like to take some supplements to help me detoxify, right? Niacin especially, it gives you a flush, right? You can't do that the morning of a client, right? And and then after you're done with the client, you got to think about when do I start winding down so that by the time I need to go to sleep, I can actually sleep, right? So after the client, you can't be out consuming caffeine or you get the idea, right? And during my vacation, I was able to relax a lot of those rules. But you know what? Now that I'm back, it's really a matter of priority, right? You still can relax some of those rules, right? It just, whether or not it makes sense depends on whether or not the mental benefits of that outweigh the social effects of relaxing those rules, right? Then I would point that out. So I am going to relax some of those eating rules. And if I'm 5 minutes late, 10 minutes late, or if I show up a mess, my mental health might be more important, right? This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show.